You're watching News Leader 9 with Cheryl, Renee, and meteorologist Greg Majewski.
Take a look at this picture of Hurricane Arthur from space. NASA astronaut Reed Weissman sent the tweet from the International Space Station. Very nice view.
I love those views from space.
Yeah, very nice.
Awesome. Definitely looking pretty nice. I think this is probably one of the best 4th of July forecasts I can remember in recent memory for us. I mean, it's going to be very delightful. Of course, a lot of folks are going on vacation, getting out of town for the 4th.
Right.
And how about this destination?
Gulf Shores.
There you go, Gulf Shores. Yeah, folks getting an early jump out there. 85 degrees down there in Gulf Shores, and definitely a good day to go to the beach. Or if you want to go perhaps to the lake shore, you can come back here closer to Columbus as well. Radar right now here is all clear, not have to worry about any rain in our immediate area, and it should stay on the dry side for today. In fact, pretty much on the dry side all weekend long, as we're having to deal with some hot temperatures once again, but not nearly as bad as yesterday, but still a little warm outside. 89 degrees here in Columbus as well as in Eufaula, 84 in Auburn, 87 in LaGrange. You factor in a little bit of humidity and it feels a little hotter. 94 degrees here in Columbus, still up near 100 degrees in Albany, but we do have some dry air that's going to be filtering in across the area, especially heading into tonight. Into tomorrow, and you will notice it. You'll feel it for sure for tomorrow. Now, of course, we're going to keep a watchful eye here on Hurricane Arthur, which is there spinning off the Carolina coastline. A very nice-looking storm system here as it's getting stronger, and it looks like it may possibly reach Category 2 status. As this continues to spin here, you see some of these outer spiral bands. This is where the gustiest winds are when they come on in, and it really sounds like a freight train. I remember Hurricane Ivan when I was working in Panama City. Boy, you can really hear that wind. It comes howling through those trees as these come on shore. But the eyes continue to move off toward the northeast. Now, here's where the current advisories are. We've got hurricane warnings up along the coastal areas here and stretching all the way up toward the Delmarva Peninsula up toward Delaware as we're dealing with this storm system continuing to move off toward the north with this hurricane. Top winds right now at 90 miles per hour, moving at about 10 miles per hour. And the pressure has continued to fall at 981 millibars. But you see, it does stay offshore, does reach Category 2 status sometime heading into tomorrow, and then races up into the Canadian Maritimes and gets on out of here. Now, what's driving this is we're waiting for this frontal boundary to move this hurricane right up the eastern seaboard, and as it does so, we're going to see our weather begin to improve and look very nice. As we put this into motion, the front's eventually going to go ahead and move on through. It's all across South Georgia and across the Florida Panhandle, but what that's going to mean for us is lower humidity, lower dew points, and it's going to make for a great weekend, so I hope you're able to get out and enjoy it. One more hot one for today, 91 degrees here in LaGrange. These areas up here to the north may not get out of the upper 80s for tomorrow as comparison. Here we're looking at 94 for this afternoon here in Columbus, 95 in Pittsview, 94 in Auburn. And for our southern areas, looking at forecast highs here, 96 in Eufaula, 95 in Albany, and 96 down at Fort Gaines. But these readings will be lower come tomorrow. Looking at our forecast, 94 for today, but 90 for tomorrow. And the 67 for morning low is going to feel quite nice. Luckily, 91 there for Saturday in the upper 60s. And as we head for the rest of the 7-day forecast, things begin to warm back up. Humidity creeps back up as well into next week. And, of course, that'll bring a scattered shower thunderstorm back in the forecast. But the 4th of July looking absolutely perfect.
All right, and that's good news for our next story.
Oh, okay.
Because if you're like me and you're staying in the Valley this holiday weekend and want to celebrate Independence Day, here are a few events. The July 4th Patriotic Celebration and River Fireworks Show will be taking place at the Phoenix City Amphitheater. The concert begins at 7 and will end with fireworks at 9:15. There will also be Thunder on Upton's Lake in Talbot County. That event will have fireworks, live music, and free watermelon. The fireworks will begin at dark. North of Columbus, the annual Spectacular Boat and Jet Ski Parade will take place on Lake Harding. It begins at 10 a.m. at Two Tree Island. And finally, Freedom Fest will be taking place at the National Infantry Museum tomorrow from 11 to 6. There are lots of events for all ages, so bring the family. For more details on these events and more, go to wtvm.com's homepage. The jobless rate in the